day 9 of Vlogmas. It is the afternoon now. I haven't yet picked the girls up from school because it's not quite that late in the afternoon yet. But so far this morning, I've been just cleaning around the house. So I didn't pick up the camera at all. But yeah, so now that most of that's done, I decided I'll pick up the camera and record. I don't have too much going on right now because, like I said, the girls are at school. True is asleep, and Travis went to pick his brother up from the airport. He is visiting for the weekend. Yeah, so I don't have much going on now. Oh, I thought the baby was waking up. I don't have much going on right now, so I decided I'll just sit and talk to y'all for a while. So I wanted to show y'all this Christmas tree. Y'all have seen it before in my other vlogs, but I wanted to talk specifically about that Christmas tree. So okay, so it's 2022. We officially closed on the house 2021 of February. December of 2020, we had this tree up for the first time in our old house. Yeah, so I'm going through this timeline because this tree was actually a faith purchase. So I believe, I actually purchased this tree 2019. After it was the after Christmas sale at Walmart, and I think I bought this tree for like $30. It's a 7.5 foot tree, I think. Yeah, it's a 7.5 foot tree. I bought it in 2019 after Christmas, during the after Christmas sale at Walmart. And I bought this tree as a faith purchase because I was believing and praying that the next Christmas, the following Christmas, I would be able to have this tree up in my big home that I've always dreamed for, that I've always imagined I'd be in. And at the time, we had not spoken to a realtor, talked to anybody yet about purchasing a home. We didn't feel like we were in the right place at that time to be ready to buy a house yet. So it was just purely on faith that I purchased this tree. And so the following Christmas, fast forward to 2020. So 2020, like the end of 2020 is when we first started talking to a realtor. We were talking to him with the hopes of being able to purchase around the summertime of the next year, 2021. But when we got into communicating with our realtor and we gave them our information and we put in our application to see if we would be pre-qualified, everything checked out. So I'll say like the first week in December is when we got the news that we had pre-qualified, everything was in order, and we could start shopping for a home. And so we started shopping for our house in December of 2020, like beginning of December 2020. We found a new build home that we were interested in at the time, but that builder wanted us to use their lender at the time, and we had our own that we were already approved with, and they didn't respond back the last time our realtor asked if we could use our own lender, if we could bring our own lender. So we at that point I started to get discouraged, and even though we wouldn't have been in our house by Christmas of 2020, I put this Christmas tree up in our home, in the house that we were staying in at the time. I put this Christmas tree up, still not giving up hope, because at this point my hope is even higher now, and my faith is even stronger now, because we've already moved forward from that point. Like we're at the point now where we're actually pre-approved for a home, and if we're not going to be in our house this Christmas, we will surely be in our house next Christmas. So this tree was my first faith purchase for this house that we're in now. And so that brings me back to 2020. 2020, even though we were already pre-approved for our house, and we could start shopping and everything. We found that first house, and then things didn't work out with that one. I started getting a little bit discouraged, because I'm like, okay, well, is this the indication of how things gonna go? Things gonna start going downhill. Like, I get excited about something and it's start going downhill. But it didn't. It wasn't that way. So we did find. We chose this home with MI Home Builders, and at the time, we didn't know if we would be able to get in this home as well, because they wanted us to use. They were going off of their lenders' overlays and what they wanted as well. So we got a call that we weren't quite where we needed to be for our builder's lender. And so I immediately, got discouraged, and I was like, maybe, we're just not ready. Maybe this is the second home that fell through because the builder's lender. And if it's not working out now, then maybe it's not gonna work out. Maybe we're just still not ready. Maybe we should wait a little bit longer. But literally that same day, like within an hour or so, I was actually out shopping, and that brings me to my next faith purchase for this house. And it was another Christmas purchase. These two lantern houses, or what do you call them? The two houses up there. Those two houses. I was at Hobby Lobby. They were on sale. And in that moment, I was feeling discouraged. I had just got the news that the builder's lender didn't approve us. So I'm already in my feelings, but something kept drawing me to those two houses. At first I was like, I'm not gonna purchase it, no use. We're not gonna be like, no need for me to keep piling all this stuff up, and we still may not be in our house. We still may not be ready to, buy a house or whatever. Never mind the fact that we had already been pre-approved, through our lender and everything. It just didn't seem like everything was working out. So literally that same day, hold on, let me get this. So she woke up and I had to go get her before she crawled off the bed. But anyway, so those two lighthouses, whatever you call, lantern lights, whatever you call them, they were calling my name, and something just said, buy them. Have faith and buy them. Step out on faith and buy them. So I was like, you know what? I'm buying them. So I purchased those and got back home. And within a couple of minutes of being in the house, I got a text message from our realtor at the time. And it was a conversation between him and the, I don't remember who it was, but it was a conversation between the two of them. And that conversation included, basically, they said that they would allow us to use our own lenders, and we could go forward with purchasing this house with MI Home Builders. And they weren't done like this. This is a brand new house. It was already being built before we got under contract with it, but it wasn't finished until right before we closed on the house. So the tree was my first faith purchase, and those lantern houses were my second faith purchases. Both Christmas purchases, both completely off faith and trusting and believing that I would one day be able to have these things in my house. And as you can see, God never fails. I'm sitting in my home right now, and I can't tell y'all how amazing it feels. Like, I wake up every morning and I can see my tree I'm getting a little emotional now thinking about it. I can see my tree from my bed, and the lights glisten. I can see all of our names on those stockings right there. The words peace on the mantle. the fireplace that I so badly wanted, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to have it in the house. And because the house was already being built and we only had the like a representation picture to go off of, to see exactly what it would look like. But we weren't for sure if it had a fireplace or not. But when I say that everything that I had ever dreamed of, everything I ever saw, when I imagined us being in our house, when I imagined being in our home, like that balcony area up there, I'll try to insert a clip, but you may have seen it in one of my previous vlogs if you watched my previous vlogs. That where it overlooks the entryway, all of that, the island that's completely empty with nothing on it, everything, just everything, the game room, and having 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 master downstairs, and with the bathroom and the big closet, everything. When I say everything, everything. So by the time we actually closed on the house, or before the end of that Christmas of 2020, I had already had like a whole bin, and well, 2 bins, because I had the Christmas tree bin to put that in, and then that bin was filled with stuff. But then I had this red bin, another red bin that was filled with Christmas decorations that were basically all faith purchases, knowing that next Christmas I was gonna have all of my stuff in my house, and we will be spending Christmas in our new home. And I am so grateful to God, because he never fails, and all you have to do is ask, literally. These things he's been showing me for years, throughout the years, and when you just trust and believe and have faith that it will come to pass, it will come to pass. I am a living witness. I'm a living witness. You're looking at a testimony right now. Some of you who watch may know, our story and how far we've come, but this is beyond a blessing, and I know God is not done with us yet. So those were just a couple of, and I wanted to also make sure I say that even though I did get a little bit discouraged at times, and even though I thought in those moments of discouragement that things weren't going to go our way, that was the complete opposite of how everything went. When something's for you, it's for you, and nobody can't take that away from you. Nobody can't change that. When I say that we didn't have not one hiccup during our process when we got under contract, everything went completely smooth. The only issues that we had with closing on our house was that one, the week we were supposed to close, Texas had a snowstorm. The first closing date that we had, Texas had a snowstorm, and it had to get pushed back. And then it had to get pushed back until one paperwork that we were waiting on to come from Afghanistan got back to Texas. We had to wait on that. But literally, as soon as that got in, they called, and within a couple of hours, they had me scheduled. I booked the flight with my mom, and we came to Texas. Yeah, so like I said, when something is for you, it's for you. You don't have to worry about anything going wrong. That's just my brain, my mind. Like, I naturally worry about stuff that I don't have to worry about anyway. But it's just me, because I don't have to worry. I don't ever have to worry, because everything that I've ever had to worry about, God has always shown up and showed out. He's always made a way out of what I thought was no way, but he always has a way. Like, we didn't have any issue. And the fact that this house is literally everything, like it had everything in it that we had talked about, everything that we wished for. The fact that everything was just the way we wanted it to be and how we wanted it to be and everything, it couldn't have been nobody but God. It's just amazing to me how everything that I wanted, this house had. It's so funny. And originally, the fact that them Christmas lights aren't down there is kind of bothering me. But the reason it's like that is because our lights went out, and then we had to change the lights, and the ornaments were already on there. We didn't want to knock the ornament down, but anyway, Travis did it, and he was doing it by himself, trying to wrap it around. So I'm gonna have to fix that, but y'all ignore that for now. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Let me go back. Initially, I wasn't necessarily looking for a new build home. But again, I say, God knows your desires. He knows your heart. He knows what you want. And he will give you those desires of your heart. I kept trying to, when our realtor, when he asked what we wanted and everything, and I was explaining to him everything I wanted in the house, and I kept saying, but I'm not opposed to, a pre-existing home. Like it's okay, I'm okay with coming to look at pre-existing homes and stuff like that. I didn't have in mind to get something built from the ground up with our first home, or have a new build with our first home. And I kept going back to that. Like every time he would send us new builds all the time, and home builders. That was my mindset at the time. I'm like, me thinking that, if we try to get, something built, like I just didn't think that, I'm thinking that we just find something. We just find something that we can negotiate on, and not thinking that we can. This is possible. Basically, I'm a living witness. You're looking at a testimony right now. Some of you who watch may know, our story and how far we've come, but this is beyond a blessing, and I know God is not done with us yet. So those were just a couple of my faith purchases that I made for our house, but just to be living it just blows my mind. But I'm not gonna say it's a surprise, because I expect the unexpected with God. But I'll have more stories for another day, like how I believe this little stocking was a way of God letting me know that we would one day have another child. We will be bringing another child into this world, and there's that child. But yeah, God is so good, y'all. I just want y'all to know, just if you have a desire, if you have a dream of anything, y'all just trust God. Y'all just believe, just have faith. Like, make that purchase. If you are believing and hoping and wishing for something, make a faith purchase. That's my challenge to you, is to make a faith purchase and see where it takes you, because the Bible says you have to call those things that are not as if they were, which means that you have to believe that you have the things that you have to first see yourself with them. You have to first act as if you already, just like I made those purchases, acting as if I was already in this house, having this house already, ready to decorate for Christmas. And now I'm actually able to do it. Manifestation. It's manifestation. It's calling those things as if that are not as if they were, believing that it shall be. If that doesn't say a lot, I don't know what will. But I had to share that. That's one of the main things that I wanted to share this Christmas, is to just have faith, make those faith purchases, and then let me know share it with me so that we can all rejoice together. Like I said, I don't have much going on today, but I just wanted to sit down and share that with you all. I don't know if we have anything planned today, but if so, I'll include you in this vlog as well. But we're just pretty much chilling today. But I hope y'all enjoyed that story. I was more than happy to share it with y'all, and more than happy to share many more stories with y'all if y'all care to hear. But yeah, just have faith, y'all. Just have faith. Like I said, I'm a living test. I'm a living witness of what can happen when you have faith. Like, literally. So many stories of how God has showed showed up and showed out. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so humble. God gets all the glory. I'm never boastful of anything. I'm more than grateful because I know what it's like to not have those things. I know what it's like to be down and all of that stuff. Like, I'm forever grateful for everything that I have now. I'm never looking down on anyone for anything. And I pray and hope that whatever you believe in for, that you shall have as well. All right, so this is your first time seeing the girls today. We are home from school. It is around 6 o'clock now, so we've all just been hanging out around the house, doing our own little thing.
And tomorrow we might go on the ice skating ring at the mall.
Yeah, we might. We're going to the mall. We're going to the mall. We're supposed to go to the mall. And we may do the ice skating. They had, for the 12 days of Christmas at school today, they had, no, I didn't. They had, what was today? Snowman. They were supposed to dress like a snowman. Trinity doesn't have one any white. She said she didn't have any clean white shirts. So she just wore her favorite skirt. Stand up.
This is not my favorite skirt.
It is. You wear it every Friday.
Yes, I wear it every Friday because it's always clean. It's not
you got a lot of clean clothes, but you always wear that one Friday. But it's cute. And one of her new shirts from when we went Black Friday shopping. And Talena has on a white shirt, her white clear earrings, and the same white bow in her head that she had the other day. Yesterday, for 12 days of Christmas, they had plaid day. And they did have plaid shirts. And they also had the Christmas plaid pants, the pajamas that we had for last year. Wait a minute. The pajamas that we had for last year. But they didn't want to participate in the plaid day, so they didn't do that yesterday.
We didn't just I have presents box.
Yeah. Oh, and Trinity is showing you now what they got in their advent calendar today, and that was Christmas stamps. Let me see. And what's on the stamps, Trinity?
A Christmas tree and
the snowman. A snowman.
No, not a Christmas tree.
What is it? A present?
Yeah.
A present and a a a present and
A Christmas tree.
a Christmas. I thought it was a snowman. A present and a snowman on her stamps, and I think Lena, you got the same ones or something different? Same one, she said. Well, yeah, so that's it for today. I'm just closing out this vlog so I can get it edited and uploaded. I hope y'all enjoyed my story time on how I make those faith purchases for the house that we're in now. And like I said, please let me know if you have had the same experience, or if you do use that faith purchase method and got results from it. I really love to hear those type of stories. But y'all, just have faith in God, and that's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so that you be notified anytime I upload, and have a happy holidays.